Hello, viewers. You're welcome to the Betom Show. As always, I bring you amazing guests, people who are doing awesome stuff in their destination or wherever they are. Our guest today is a female entrepreneur, a CEO, someone who came from, should I say, nothing to something in business. And she has learned a lot in her days of doing business. She's an entrepreneur, and I think we are going to learn from her today a lot because she's building her business in almost 20 countries now, and she want to build her business in every corner in the world. So let us welcome Tongley Irene to the show. You are welcome, Tongley.
Thank you so much, Devita. It's a pleasure being on your platform today.
Wow, it's really an amazing moment, like to have you today to hear your story. I follow you online, and I mean listen to what you say and also experience how you like how you are experiencing your best moment, your best life. And today, basically, what you're gonna be talking is just about you, your business, and how people can become you or be like you. I want to be like you.
I'm sure you're kidding, right? I believe everybody is unique in their own way, and we just have to find that strong person in us and just push it to the maximum best that we can be. But everybody is unique in their own way.
Okay. And viewers, those of you who are joining the show for the first time, this is a B2B and B2C networking show. And what we do here is we bring entrepreneurs, businesses, people to come and share showcase their ideas, share valuable knowledge with us, and if possible, motivate us to become the kind of person you want to become in life. And that's what we're going to be doing here today with our guests. So, can you tell us a little bit who is who is Songre? Who is Songre?
Ah, Tongley Irene is a little girl. I call myself little girl. Yes. I'm a girl from the western region. I'm Bamileke, which is a tribe in Cameroon by origin, but I was grown in an Anglophone culture in Meme Division, the city of Kumba. That's where I have most of the person that I am today. And yeah, I went to Kumba growing up, and I studied at the University of Chang Law and Political Science, and later took up a master's in common law and tried and attempted a pre-doctorate program. They used to call it DEA. Back then, it's not longer. We're the last batch actually, which I didn't complain, and I had to move to Sweden for better opportunities. And I'm here. I was studying masters in international politics. And so, yeah, along my journey, I got two kids. I'm a single mom of two kids with big ambition, wanting to make kids, and that's just me, a single mom of two kids who grew up in Kumba from the Bamileke tribe. That's me.
Wow, 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 wow. Well, now you talk about you graduated from school, you have a law degree, but I don't really see you into legal activities these days. You are more into entrepreneurship. Of course, lawyers can be entrepreneurs. Don't get me wrong. Well, what I'm trying to say is, you now talk more about building businesses, and we do know where we come from. Lawyers don't talk about building business. We talk about this from one case to another. So before we get into that, I want to know more. Like, what were you doing before now? Like before now, like let's say 5 years ago, what was Tongley doing?
Okay, Iran grew up with a woman who is in the legal system. She has always fascinated me. My second mom is this powerful figure lady who everybody talked about in my home city. She had impacted many people, especially women. She had fought for the rights of women. And I looked at her as my role model growing up, already from when I was in level one at university, I used to follow her to the Court of Appeal. She was already the vice president of the Court of Appeal at the days. I used to follow her. I used to look at the way she did her cases. I used to read her books. I used to read magazines. At that time, she was running this organization called FIDA, which is an organization that was raised. It was actually her project from the start, fighting for the rights of women. So I grew up in that concept of having this female powerful figure fighting to impact other women, to raise them up. So I think it somehow kind of touched me. And I was dreaming of being first when I was going, before I got to university, she was this state council that everybody dreaded. And she became this woman at the Court of Appeal. So I wanted to be uh, in the law system because she was my role model. I was kind of pushed by her, and my dream was to have to put on that black robe, you know. So I pushed myself to get my law studies. Unfortunately, I attempted magistracy a couple of times. It didn't go because my original dream was to become a magistrate. But when I was done with my matrix and I joined practice as a paralegal in fraternity law firm, which is like it built me. Everything I am today comes from the mentor I had in fraternity law firm. So I tend to love being a lawyer than being a magistrate because I saw that being a lawyer will make me impact people on my own terms rather than being a magistrate. That's a debate of another day. So, but yeah, that's how I came to being a paralegal for over 6 years. And when I got the opportunity, I took the bar exam, and yeah, I have been practicing law, doing my own thing. I actually
Wow.
love being it, but I had this feeling like that wasn't enough. I wasn't at my maximum. I wasn't at my full potential. I could do more than this thing that I've been dreaming of. You know, when you step into one, it's like when you step into a room. There are many doors in that room, and you just open it and discover a new other person. I've been dreaming to get into that room of these people having this black robe, but when I step into that room, I realize that I can be more than what that room can offer.
Wow,
So
wow,
yeah,
wow. I can relate with that, you know. Those of you who don't know, I also have a like I've been practicing law, and this the firm she mentioned. I've been part of that firm as well, a faculty law firm, and she wanted more. Me also, I wanted more. Yeah, I think our story is kind of like yeah, but now you are more into business. Let's talk about the Tongley and the entrepreneur Tongley. I remember watching one of your videos. You mentioned that before you couldn't afford a burger.
that's
Come
right.
on, for your kid.
That's right.
But you couldn't afford a burger, but right now you can buy maybe the full meal like every day. But prior to that, like what was going through your mind? You know, being you mentioned you didn't have any job, and you applied for cleaning job, and they refused to give you cleaning job. That was when you realized, wow, So can you walk us through that moment?
Oh my God, my story is a complex one. I would say my story. I think like one show cannot contain my entire story
We
because
are gonna have different episodes, complex stories.
yeah, when people look at me physically, I remember even back then people looked at me, they always think that life has been so easy for me. I am this fortunate person. Life is, people build their own concept around a moving person. But I have been through hell and back. I am that person who crave for independence. I hate more than anything in life is depending on anyone for anything. Not because of arrogance, because I feel more comfortable enjoying my own decisions, having to be able to take my own decision, going through the consequences of my own decision. So it took me to a level where I was right down there and couldn't bring myself to break my principles just because I needed assistance. You know, I am that woman who will not, under any circumstance, be with a man or take rubbish that many women take just because I am gaining something from there. When I left my daughters, I have two kids. My son is almost 11 years old now. The story of my son and his dad is a story of another time. I met my daughter's dad, and I left him 4 days after I met him. When I
Okay.
left him, I had 300 euros in my account. I
Wow.
had no house. I had no plans. I had nothing. I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I knew that being with him wasn't the best thing I could do for my own self. So I left, and I was only processing the whole thing in the train, when I was in the train going to a friend's house. And while I was crying, I was thinking. That always happens when people cry. I think the process where you're crying, you're thinking. If people cry without thinking, I don't know. I think they're just wasting some tears. So I got to a level where I was pregnant. I realized after I left my daughter's dad's house, I found out 3 weeks later that I was pregnant, and I
Wow.
had nothing. But the pregnancy throughout was a I could not eat. I could not afford food. I was so hungry when I was pregnant. I was eating in the dream. It's crazy, but that is what was happening to me. I could not afford food. And ordinary, but I could not even pay my rent. My family helped me so many times to pay my rent until I left the house, because I couldn't have my sister paying my rent and my mother pay my rent like all the time. I was not used to having people put my bills for me. I started working in a hotel when I was pregnant. At 6 months, when I was 6 months pregnant, I almost lost my baby because, if you're working in a hotel before, bending up and, you have this bending up, standing, bending, standing. I had early labor at 6 months. I was stopped from working because something was wrong with my pelvic bones, and I could not even walk normally. So I had to be home. Meanwhile, I was home. I love baking. So I was baking birthday cakes. That's how I was able to buy some things for my baby
Wow.
by taking orders to bake cakes, birthday cakes, and here and there. And thank God, the girl whom I moved to her room to in a house to rent, she was feeding me and stuff. Even though I lost like 10 kilograms when I was pregnant. People get pregnant and they gain weight. I lost like 10 kilos. So it has been a struggle for me. And with that, I started applying for jobs when my daughter was barely 4 months. I was hoping that if I can get something to do, it would help me. So I started applying for jobs, but I could not find any job till I finished using up my maternity leave money, which was actually really, really small. And I had so much debt because when I left, it was the point when I left Sweden. I stayed out of Sweden for 2 years. So all of my bills like went to recovery with interest. So I came back to the country with so much debts to pay, with no job, with the pregnancy, with no support. I think I sunk into depression, and I applied for jobs for like 2 years because my daughter became 1 year. I could not see if I find a job, and I had dropped standards. Like, I was like, "No, I'm qualified for this. Let me just apply for this job," and I was rejected. I was like, "Oh, Irene, we're aiming too high. Drop a little bit." Till I applied for cleaning and I was rejected. Then I touched the bottom. I felt like I was useless. I felt like I meant nothing. I was like, me with everything I think I carry, I'm not qualified to clean. That's when I realized that I need to do something. I started searching. I grew up knowing that I wasn't a commercial person. I've never been this person that would involve themselves into business because I knew that that wasn't my strength. I was like, because I studied law, being a lawyer, being something in the legal system, being something that has to fight with rights was what I could do better. But that's what we do as people. We let our academic credentials define our personality. But I've just realized that we are empty vessels. You fill yourself with whatever you are. Getting an academic qualification is just one of the loopholes that you can fill in your container. That is a person. Our vessels are empty. We fill it up with what we can. That means we can be everything. I have learned that in the course of time. So my desperation, my lack of income, my lack of anything, because like I said, by that time my son had come to Sweden already. I was having two kids at hand with no money to pay my rent. I lost my apartment and I sold everything in my apartment. I
Wow.
sold everything. So I found myself in 2019, 2020 with two children and with my two boxes of clothes. That was all I had. And this is when I knew that I've spent how many years of my life with nothing to show out of it, because I could not even have a house to my name. I could not have anything. And I could not even afford a McDonald's. You know, my son was just 2 months old or 3 months old in Sweden. And when he would pass by McDonald's, he would be like, "Oh wow, McDonald's, mom." I was like, "No,
Or
that is
like,
junk food. Don't get you,
don't
you
look
get
there.
sick."
Don't look
Yeah,
there.
I was telling me every healthy reason why you shouldn't like McDonald's. It's because I could not afford it. I could not afford it. I could not step into it, get a burger, get this. I was looking at spending 10 euros in that place can cook a pot of food that can last me 2 days in my home, or
Wow.
can buy some pants or some stockings for my son. I
And,
was not able to.
suddenly something happened.
Suddenly, suddenly,
So tell us what
suddenly,
happened. Tell us what happened.
suddenly, one day, in a lazy day, in a lazy day, I got up and I took my phone and I was scrolling. And I just bumped onto this thing on Facebook. This girl has sent me a friend request. I was so picky because no matter how bad I was, they said no matter the economy of the forest, lion will not eat grass. I could not become a vegetarian because I still kept that personality I had, even though financially my financial assets could not match up with the person I was. But it is not telling me as a vegetarian as being a lion, because lion is what is who I am. That's the animal that defines me, one of my personalities. So I was still very picky on who I added in my friend list. This guy sent me a friend request for a long time. I did not accept my friend request, but I kept seeing what she was posting, maybe because she was tagging other people that I knew. And that day she posted about one day I went to this girl's timeline, and I saw that she was friends with many people I knew, which I respected. So I was like, if this girl knows these people, it means that she should be someone. I don't know her physically, but
The
she will
same
be someone
mindset.
that will not waste my time. So I asked her a friend request, and this day she was talking about some product that had a great difference. And that particular product, I have a friend in Finland who had used those products, and her results were wow. And I know that my friend, she loves eating like me. She likes cooking like me. She like people that love good arrangement in the kitchen. That people that like to eat good. So I was like, if this my friend could lose weight using this product, but she told me about it, but I could not afford it. I could not. So I don't have that. Okay, just go ahead and use them. When I can, I'll buy my own. So I saw her result and I saw this girl's result. So I went to just chat with the girl to spend my time. And I was like, seriously, this? And she was like, yes. And I was like, oh my God, how much are the products? She told me, I said, man, I cannot afford it. I have some money that can make me to pay the first installment, but I don't really know how I can pay for the second installment because I don't have a job. I don't even know when I'm going to have a job. And she said, this product have a business side of it. You can make some extra income. Eh? I heard extra income. That word, extra income. I did not ask her if I have to go and kill somebody, cut somebody's head. I said I'll do it. Whatever will give me extra income. And she said you can earn 100 euros. You can even earn from she said you can earn from 100 euros. I don't think I heard the other part that she said. That 100 euros blocked my ears. As I heard that 100 euros, that was all. I was not thinking 100 euros. It means 1,000 Swedish crowns. Hey, I can get 1,000 Swedish crowns by doing something online. I told the guy I would do it. Then she was explaining some long things. In my mind, I was like, hey, but these people, when this thing that this girl is explaining is about network marketing, these people always ask a very high startup fee. I will not. So every other thing the girl was saying, I was going to because I knew that I could not afford it. Then after I think I said, okay, yes, I've heard you, but what do I need to pay to do this thing? She told me 700 crowns, like 60 euros. Huh? 700 for me it was Christmas. I did not have 700, so I did not have 700 crowns. That's the gospel truth. I told the girl I would do it. That I will let her know very soon when I'm ready. I went and worked black in a restaurant. I worked 50 hours. Like I was working from 10 a.m. to 9
Wow.
p.m. for 5 days. And this man told me, oh, he's sorry. Because the man was like, oh, can you come tomorrow? I was like, yes. I was hoping that he would give me a job. Can you come tomorrow? I said, yeah. Then after 5, I told the man, but I'm working for 5 days. You're not saying anything about giving me a contract. The man said, oh, I'm sorry, I cannot give you a contract. But here is the money for what you have worked for all these days. That man gave me 140 euros for 50 hours of work.
Wow.
I looked at the money and he gave me in my, it was cash. I looked at the money. I hold the money in my hand and I walked on foot that day from that restaurant to my house. And it was raining. And I remember crying from that restaurant to the entrance of my house, because no matter how bad it is, I would never like my kids to know. I would always like to bump into the house with this. Yeah. I cried from that restaurant to the front of my house, asking myself, is this how my life is going to be? I cannot find a job. All this effort I've done, working like this, having people to keep my daughter while I'm working because it was closing late at night. And this man gave me only 140. Then instantly, I said, Irene, this money, don't use it. Go and subscribe for that business that girl told you about. That is how I got 60 euros to subscribe for this business that I saw online. That's all
Wow.
online. Without
Wow.
thinking. I did not ask any question. It was business. I wanted to do business. And I got in.
Wow. This is your story. Guys, if say you are not like moved by your story, then I think you're still having that same mindset back then. That people like what she mentioned in the course of the show. Yeah, what she has mentioned, that in the past she had this high expectation, like she can do only law, like become a lawyer, like work only as a lawyer. But now things she found herself in a situation that she has to improvise, try out something different, and you find yourself getting into network marketing. But many people in mostly in Africa or in the world, they say network marketing is not good, it's bad. I mean, before you joining this company, did you always think of network marketing as something you can do?
Well, I had never really given it a big thought, because I remember when I was done there was this company that came to Cameroon. I think it was called Origin Unite. My mother like registered me into it, and it was going the way it was going, but I really never took time to study how it works, how network marketing actually operates. I never took time to dig deeper into it. But I'm that person that does not, I don't trust out things without having experienced them. For me, everything, if you can, give it a try. I've never crossed out, and I'm not giving it a negative thought, because it's only now that I'm into it that I realize that many people cross out a lot of possibilities without ever giving it a try. They let peer pressure, or they let society, they let society define what some things are for them, and they take the
Yeah,
mindset of the
yeah.
society to determine if this thing is worth doing or not. But everybody has to do their own due diligences.
So, like with me, before I was ashamed. Honestly, I was ashamed of network marketing. I was thinking it's not something for me. I'm more than that. So when I always hear about network marketing, I always like I don't want to be that kind of a person who sells product, who sells stuff, you know. But something that I found myself doing network marketing, and I mean, like you, I mean, we're gonna come to that.
Mm-hmm.
I've made what I've made in my life. In like I've not made anywhere from network marketing. Like I mean, what I've made from network marketing, I've not made anywhere.
I
No
know that.
company can pay me that money. Like
I
never.
know that.
So when was that moment that I know you mentioned in one of your videos that you were still going to work and try to do your business. So when was that moment that you decided, okay, now I don't care what happens, I'm gonna focus on my business? When was that?
This happened in July last year. First of all, the job thing was a whole struggle. Why? I got into this care work, and at the care place, there was this lady that did not just like me from the first day I got to the workplace. She found fault in everything that I was doing, and because it was the first job I had, the first real serious job, because it was with the commune that I had after 2 years of hard search, and I was finally given the opportunity to get to work. I was trying to give it my best. I was giving my best, like I will do even what I'm not supposed to do, just to find favor in the eyes of the chefs and the people who I was working with. But there was this lady who was supposed to be pleased. like everything I did was wrong for her, and she was finding every reason. So because I knew how important it was for me, and I was just beginning in this network marketing, and I had not known where it would take me. Of course, I was passionate about it because I am that person who puts value on what I do. I don't, I don't consider what society values. I value what I do. I put my value, let society appreciate it. You know, I can be using an iPhone 6. The way I will hold an iPhone 6, you start looking at your iPhone 12 as if it's not what than my iPhone 6 that I'm using. That's me. I put value to my thing. I don't consider what people consider valuable. I create my own value for my own stuff. So I was looking at this business like my business, this thing that is making me boss of my own. I was boss. I was seeing myself as a boss in this thing, even though the money was not forthcoming. So I was putting in some extra love in this, but I was trying to still have this job alongside, which was like the opportunity I got to finally work, have a job that has salary and everything. But it got to a point where each time anything happened, they'll call the boss and complain, and I will be crying. I was like, these people are so heartless. I'm a single mom, I have 2 kids. Can they think that this complaint I'm making can make me lose my job? How am I going to feed my kids? You know, so it was constant crying and begging and doing more effort. But sometimes I will even go to work, and these people will go and smoke and be chatting while I'm doing all the work without ever complaining because they knew that I even needed the job. Then it got to this month where I saw that after 2 months of one work, I was not having because I was they call it in Sweden vicaria, it's hourly worker. They call you to fit in when somebody doesn't come. So I was always calling my bosses, please, I need to work. If somebody does not call me, I will work. And when they were like, Irene, can you your bar? I was like, can you work? I was like, yo, the different frog. I was like, you don't need to ask me, I will work. Don't ask me if I can work. If there's work, just say I can come and work and come and work. So I was always trying to be best at it, you know. Then one month I realized that for every work at work, I had 400 euros a salary. But in this business, I was making 800 euros that same month. Then I was like, hey, Irene, if you're not joining this business, what will you do with 400 euros today? You know, that's why I started thinking. The next month, it was this July month of summer, you know. No, I think that was about April. Then I started seeing the difference in the network marketing and in the job, the work I'm doing. And what I was realizing is that with this business I was running, I wasn't giving it time. I was doing toilet technique. When I got up in the morning, when I'm peeing, that early hours, many people pee in the morning when they get up. But that time when I'm peeing is the time when I am checking my messages to see if somebody replied to me, to see if somebody in the USA or a message I left before had to reply. I reply while I'm peeing. Because, of course, you need to get up at 5 a.m., job at school before going to work. You must be at the workplace at 7 o'clock, ready to start working. So I used to work in the toilet in the morning. That's when I work. When I have my break time during the 15 minutes I get, that's when I'm doing my business. I'm contacting people, telling them about my business. So when I close work, I have to pick my kids from school, bring them home, make food for them, lay them to sleep before I get into my business, try to know more about it. So I was practically using the very little time I had to get to run my business. Yet the majority of my time I was giving to this job that wasn't paying for. So I came to a point where that was in July, when I worked in July so badly, and I was paid 1,500 with all the work I did. Sometimes I did 7 to 21. That same month, this business gave me 3,000. I was like, what are you doing here? The one thing that happened was that I got sick by the end of July. I got some problems with my health that were not permitting me to work. I had to stay home for 1 month. During this 1 month of work, these people that were not even liking me at that place, they terminated my contract. So at that point, I was even laughing because in my mind, I had already planned that in December, I would resign and focus more on the business because I'm putting in so little time, but it's paying off double what I'm working. But if I give it more time, I might get to earn triple what I get, you know. That's when I was thinking that, okay, in December, I will resign from this work and focus on the business. But it so happened that in July, I got sick. I couldn't work. I was terminated in August. And I laughed. I was like, if you knew. That is when I turned my head completely. And I hated being an employee. From that moment, there's nothing about being an employee. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that. I don't find anything fun with that. I don't want to be an employee.
Well, I think there's something wrong with that, being an employee when you don't like it. Of course, when you don't love what you're doing, or you don't love your job, you're not happy with going to work, you think you have more insight, then there's a problem if say you keep doing it. But you say you love doing it, you're happy doing it, fine, it's good, you can do it. So I just wanted to add that to what you said.
Yeah, no, I say it because I know the minds of some people. Some people will just forget about everything I say and focus on that. What do I mean? It means that people that our employee don't have a life, and so no. All respect to you that are employer enjoying your job. I don't like being an
And I
employer.
will say, of
That's
course,
the reason why
yes.
I was a lawyer in
And
the first place.
I will say, I will be that person who will say, yes, people who have a job, they don't have a life. I will say that they don't have a
Yeah,
life.
I think they
It's-
really
it-
don't. I think they really don't,
yeah, they don't have a
because
life.
what I have learned in being my own boss, like, what the hell will anyone ever like to spend all the energy they have building the dream of another person, having to eat the crumbs while the people at the top are eating the bigger share, and then not being able to build anything for your kids or for your family? Why will anyone want to do that? Living on comes using the best of your potentials, your intellect, your strength to build somebody else's dream. When
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
world
yeah,
today you have the opportunity of building your own dream and being the master of your own hours. I can sleep
yeah,
at 4
yeah.
a.m. I don't have to sleep at 2 a.m. because I have to get up at 6 o'clock. I can get up at 10 a.m. if I want. I can travel at any time if I want to.
You
My
can
my
spend
work,
much
I
time with
finish
your
my
kids.
work. I can get sick and not panic. Before, if I get sick, I will pretend. I will make up. Sometimes I used to get fever. I have a herpes because that's why I usually show that I have herpes. When I have fever, I'll have things on my mouth. I will do heavy makeup just to hide the fact that I'm sick, so that don't tell me that you are sick, go home. That is damaging your system. I can get sick today and sleep for 2 weeks. My business will still be running, and I'll still make money at the end of the month.
But one thing I want to know is like, how did you suck? You are building your business now in almost 20 countries. I mentioned that when I posted this yesterday, one lady was like, "Wow, auntie, you are you too much. You can build. I need to tap on your story. How did you manage to create that network in almost 20 countries? This is, I mean, within a space of 2 years. This is big. This is huge.
Please, it's 1 year, not 2 years.
1 year. Wow, this is 1 year. And
Yeah.
you're able to achieve this. It means before 5 years, you'll be like a six figure earner. You
No,
know.
please, don't take me that far. I'm already a five figure in Sweden. I intend to become a six figure not later than in 2 years and a half. I'm giving myself another 1 year. In December 2022, I aspire to have touched the bottom of this company. Meanwhile, I am already envisioning the idea of beginning other investment. Of course, in Africa, that's my home. That's me. I'm too African to stay
Wow.
here. So I'm already having the opportunity to start building up other businesses. And it's just because I don't like being rushed. I have the means to start it now, but I don't want to, because I want to really dive in when I feel like, yes, it's time for me
Yeah.
to dive in. You
So
know?
tell us a little bit about what you I know you mentioned about some advantages, but now you're about like being like a single mom of two, no job. Now you started doing this job and you find yourself in a really comfortable environment. But
Yeah.
some people look at you as if you were mad in the beginning, like, ah, Tongley, why are you wasting your time there? So what can you say about that?
I actually have my own sister tell me that, oh, I think you should create a page for this business, because all the people who know you as a lawyer, your contacts, they'll be looking at you. It wouldn't make a better image of yourself. And I was like, their opinion don't fit me. I'm going to use my Facebook page because that's where I have contacts. I need contacts. My contacts are my audience. It's my market. I'm going to use the same Facebook page to get what I'm getting from here. Because at the end of the day, all we need is money. It doesn't matter how you get it. At the end of the day, nobody is seeing me as the girl who was crazy on Facebook. They're seeing me as the girl who made it. So I'm that person that doesn't really care about people's opinion. So long as I have a goal, I'm focused towards that goal. Your opinion don't define me. What I do, like what people think, doesn't really qualify, or I don't need them to appreciate what I'm doing for me to know that I'm doing something good. I'm focused. I am hitting targets.
Yeah, but
That's the
right,
support.
right now, I know most of them look at you and like, wow, because there's some people that you talk to them about this business. They might think that they are joining the business to do you a favor, So how did you relate with that? Like people think that okay, you are trying to help people to get good help, and at the same time, I mean, like at times I wonder how most of us we think. Like we go to shops every day, we buy stuff from the shop because it's from the shop, so we can buy it and don't complain. But when it's someone that sells it to you, you start complaining, but you don't know that the same product you can still buy it from the shop, and you will just go to the counter and pay, and the person who is selling it to you or the shop is the one making them that money that if say you were the one selling it to the shop, you would have been the one making the money. So now those who practice network marketing, I think they are just the shop. They are just the distributors, the ones that are like middleman between the company that produces the product with you who is paying for the product. So you buying the product thinking you're doing me a favor. Oh, so I have this mindset a lot when I meet people. So when I talk to people, so I don't know if say you have witnessed something like that as well.
Actually, there are two things I'm experiencing right now. For the first, I'll talk about the business itself. I, for one, I am somebody who like empowering women. I am somebody. I have so much. I come from the Bamileke tribe. The Bamileke people, we give so much respect to men. I respect men a lot, but I know my own self. I will not let a man trample on me. I don't feel like I need a man to become somebody. A man will not determine who I am tomorrow. So I am that person that motivate women to build a personality for themselves, not to challenge any man, but to support whatever man they are with, whoever they are with. I was telling somebody, build yourself a personality to gain a voice. Only your own personality can give you a voice.
Exactly.
Your when you get a voice, your man sees you as a partner. He sees you as somebody he can rely on. You gain more grounds in your own home. So I always go out there to motivate and encourage women. And I always tell my story, not because I want to recruit, but because I make people to know that this thing is possible. I am not a funny person. Many people who know me know Irene is very arrogant. I will not argue about that now or enter into the detail of it. Everybody have their opinion about whoever people are without knowing them. But I am not friendly. If I, who is not loved by many people, could succeed in network marketing, would involve with that demands a community kind of attitude which I lacked. If I could make it, I believe every other person can make it. Don't of who are friends, who communicate to family. I don't even call my mom to ask her how are you doing if I don't have news for her. This will show the kind of person I am. I spend my time. I just feel like communicating with people. How are you? How's your day? I don't do it, so I could not even go to anybody to tell you please have a business. Because now they will say Irene never greets me. Why is she coming about the business? Many people now they believe that if you come to them, it's because you want them to join your business to make you rich. That's the idea that people have, that you want to use them to build your own income. But hey, I used to tell people you were not in the business, but I made it. You have not been there in the beginning, but I'm where I am today, which means I can make it without you. But you coming in is because I've seen a place where you can rewrite your story. You can create. You might create something huge from this if you put in the required passion to it. That's why we go out there. But people always have this mindset that see me that one. She wants to come and recruit me to make money. She wants to use me to make money. We are
There's
defying the
there's
world.
there's this, like people don't understand. Like I think at times I like wonder, like, of course I'm proud to be an African, but at times I like wonder why is it that majority of the people I know are dumb. Like people are like dumb, dumb in the sense that they really need, you see someone is really in need of financial support for themselves, right? But they expect you to give them money, right? But they don't want to do what you do, but they want to get money from what you do.
Exactly. I don't
You
even I,
understand?
I don't try to call anybody dumb. I don't think they are
I
just
said
dumb.
dumb, dumb in the sense
They're
that
just
dumb.
they're just ignorant.
Yeah, it's still
They say
dumb.
being
When
dumb is
you're
being
dumb, it means
ignorant.
you have nothing inside. You are dumb.
They don't just know at that particular point that what they are doing doesn't make sense. Yeah, here's what many people say to me. Oh, I don't think I can do this business. I'm not a social media person, but you have a Facebook account, you have a WhatsApp account, you have Instagram, you have Snapchat, and you spend like 1 hour every day going to comment on people posts and liking pictures, and you even go to the extent of engaging in quarrels and in debates on Facebook every blessed day of your life, but you think that doing that same thing and making money out of it is the craziest thing you can do. Oh, these things are my thing. I can't really do it. I cannot talk to people. Yet your best person is Wendy Williams. You follow Oprah Winfrey. You like Stevie Harvey. How do you think they make money?
You
By talking
talk.
to
What am I
people.
talking?
By talking. You cannot talk to people, but you can spend 30 minutes on the phone with your friend gossiping and arguing about things that will not even give you money.
But Tongley, tell me the which job that you go that you don't talk, that you do you don't talk. Anything you do you talk. You want to go into to space. Anything you do, you are employed you talk to people. What do you mean that you don't? But like so, of course, yeah.
The funniest thing is when anybody tells me this is not my thing, I'm like, what is your thing? You are at home, you're not working, you have a husband, he buys you everything, pays every bill, and I'm like, if you have to give your gift to your husband, where will you take the money? You expect to give your husband will give you money, then you take that money to buy him a gift, or how? You want to buy a gift for your mother, you have to ask your husband. This man, the man born him, a woman gave birth to that boy that you want to kill. Don't I bet you? Try to support these men, even though they're hardworking. They do something, even in the hiding, to surprise the one day. Oh, I did this thing without you knowing. I got this $50. I got this 60 euros. I joined this business, and today, see, wow, I got 200. Let me surprise you. Try to step out of the ordinary, step out of your comfort zone. Nobody was me. I wasn't a marketer. Kwata, I was not. But because I said yes, today I'm an entrepreneur. I have a registered company in my own name. I have business in over 20 countries. I'm meeting people in Canada, in the USA. I have business everywhere. I have community. I can travel today to the USA. I'm not like where to sleep or people to communicate because I have business partners in many countries. How? Because I said yes to an opportunity without even knowing what I have to do. I saw it as an opportunity, I grabbed it. And you never know if you can do something until you try it. If you don't try, you will not know. You will not know. Give it a try.
Wow, guys. I mean, we have been talking. Yeah, her story is fascinating. I think you should connect her on Facebook. Connect with her on Facebook. Her name Irene Tongley on Facebook. I'm gonna put her Facebook name here so you can just go there and connect with her. And those ladies who want to get in touch with her as well, if you want to know more about what she does, her business, everything, like in detail, to have her secret, how she becomes successful in what she's doing, check her on Facebook, or you can get to her through me. Anyways, I'm gonna put the link to our Facebook page or on Facebook account on this video so that you can check it out afterward. Or maybe if you need it, comment below that you need to connect with her, and I think she'll connect with you as well. And guys, the reason why I bring her here is because she has done it from nothing to something, and she still want to get that level where she will be comfortable, like, wow, I've made it. And not only that, she want to pull up other people with her. She want to help more women out there. She want to inspire more people out there to be independent, like how she is. She was without job, without any way to pay her rent. Her parents and friends to help her. But she's finally said that, okay, no, I have to do something about this situation. So what are you doing about your own situation at this point in time? You need someone to help you, someone to guide you, someone to take you from where you are towards where you want to be. I think she can help you because our story says everything. Let me just look at what viewers are saying. We have
Excuse me, David, before you go into what you're saying, I just want to make this offer right now.
okay.
If you're a single mother and for some reason you think that you want to give it a try, I'm going to pay for your subscription to single moms who think that they want to try. I'm not
Wow.
going to let you go and work 50 hours to get 140 like I did. I'm going to sponsor you to buy your franchise, and I'm going to support you to watch you grow. Two single moms have free registration if you want to do it.
Wow, guys. She just offered to give something she spent 50 hours of her time before to pay for her own package. Now she want to give it to 2 single moms for free. Okay. I wish I'm a single mom now. I want to become a single mom. So, you know, let's see what viewers are saying. We have Colette Zoom, I can see you. Victor Boer, Paul Tech. Paul Tech said the power of entrepreneurship, more grace to your aspiration. Nice show. Victor Boer said, wow, good talent sharing. Victor says, this is encouraging words. Colette said, I love her sincerely. Wow. Um, Victor says, "Mom, small, small, don't kill us here." You know. So I know before we end the show, we are coming to the end of the show. Before we end, I know there are some people who helped you to like go to where you are today. Do you have some words to say to them? You know, now.
You might not believe this. Contrary to what I'm doing today, helping a lot of my team members grow in this business, I grew up on my own without help from anybody.
Wow.
Even my upline was absent in my growth. Today, I support almost all my team members with a lot of things to watch them grow and be this person I have become today. But I didn't get it. It was my own desire,
So
my
who
own
inspire you
passion.
then? Who inspire you? Someone who inspire you? Who then?
My kids, I just want to be a better person for my children.
Okay.
So I put in everything. When I get to something, I want to make it. No matter how rough it is, I carry my weight. I'm
Oh,
focused, I am consistent, I am determined. Notwithstanding, I have a mother in the business who is now supporting me with a lot of things at this level I am. Jennifer Meischler, she's from Germany. I love you so much. My friend in the business that I've seen, Melissa Mbawade, she's from Uganda. She's an amazing person. Thank you so much. My younger sister, which is in the music industry, she has been a strong support to me. She always buys products on my shop. Tasha T, I love you. Thank you so much. Thanks to my mother, who is always praying for me. I love you guys so much, and a big heart to my two babies.
wow, wow. I almost forgot this. Wow. I always allow people, especially now, people, my guests to inspire people, like say some words that will inspire, especially the single moms or the women that you are striving to inspire. So say some words that will take like that will make them to wake up like from their slumber or from their sleep and make them not to be dumb. Like how I really not to be dumb and to take action rather than depending on a man, for their well-being, something like that.
I would say to all the women and the single mothers and the wives, having a man that loves and supports you is the best thing that can happen to any individual, because we all need emotional stability to be able to grow. But hey, guess what? If you don't have it, you're not dead. Life still continues, and you can have a very sweet and accomplished life without that. Nobody cares if you're a victim. Nobody actually cares. Everybody have their own problems. So stand up. Being if you are a wife, you're a single mom, and for some reason, because of one thing or the other, you think that you don't want to move because somebody has done this or that to you, that is actually no excuse. You have the opportunity. The world today has given us the opportunity to build ourselves to become what we want to be without having to go and do crazy things, especially with network marketing. Take for example, my business takes only 6 euros to register. That's all you need. And you need just your phone and your internet data. And if you're in the diaspora, you have those things already handy. So you don't have any reason why anybody should trample over you due to finances. Stand up, get up, and build yourself a personality and offer yourself to give or your generation or your parents a better future. That thing that you have always dreamt of wanting to offer your parents, to tell them thank you for what you did. Or if your husband has been so supportive and you just feel like you want to surprise him with something, this is the time to grab an opportunity that can give you a better position next year. In 2 years, time goes so fast, you never know it. If you do nothing, you get nothing. But if you do something, you stand the chance of having something. Get motivated, be passionate, and above all, don't shun an opportunity you have not tried. It's better than try and lose than to not try at all. So please give it a try. Contact me and I'll let you in. Anyhow, I'll support you. I'll hold your hand, and together we are going to laugh about the past. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. She will hold your hands and together you're going to laugh about the past. Guys, I am laughing about the past because I hold my hands, someone held my hands, and she's laughing about the past because she carry herself up as well. And maybe tomorrow you will want to laugh about your past because the past is not always pleasant. The past has a lot of scars and memories that you don't want to remember. But hey, if say you want to be part of this show, you can always reach out to me. This show is just more of talking about your success story. Inspiring people to become what they want to become in life. As you know, we're sure listening from Tongley, her story, her business, everything. So if you think you want to be part of this show as well, you can come here, reach out to me, and I'm going to showcase you to my audience, and together we're going to build a community for ourselves. Until then, guys, it's awesome. Share this content. You might never know. Maybe someone is there browsing at their phone. And maybe the only content that will change your life is this content that you share, like how Irene was going through her phone. Maybe someone share, or the person who introduced her to this business was that someone, and in the course of that, she is now living her best life. So do share this content. If you don't want to join, if you hate us, please just share it. Thanks so much, Tongle, for coming here. I can
Thank you
see
too.
the power is coming out, the IT power is coming out, and we are going to like power Africa with lots of,
Yeah.
yeah. So thanks so much for coming. I appreciate.
Thank you so much for inviting me in this platform. It was one of the best things that happened to me this week of having coming to share my story on your platform. And I want to take this moment to appreciate you for what you're doing, supporting entrepreneurs, supporting upcoming business gurus. You're doing an amazing job. Come to think that you were at this same office with me some time ago as a junior colleague. You're doing
Yeah,
amazing. Thank you so much.
yeah.
And thank you for all your efforts, because guess what, you might not know, might not know you're doing something big, but through your show somebody might actually get to change your life. You impact life actually, and that's what we are here. Oprah
Wow.
Winfrey said that legacy is not what you leave when you die, is how many lives you have impacted while you are alive. So yeah, I think you're doing the right thing.
Wow. Kitos pa. If you know we say Kitos palo, it means thank you so much. How do you say it in Swedish? Thank you
Tack så
so much.
jättemycket. Tack så
Das
jättemycket.
mycket.
Mhm.
Das mycket.
Tack. Tack
Tack.
så jättemycket.
Tack så mycket. Okay, I've got
Exactly.
that one. Okay, viewers, take care and have a nice day.